Most singers have a huge problem singing from the chest voice through the vocal break and into the head voice without pushing, without squeezing, without choking, without experiencing instability problems, and without sounding weak and windy on top. I know this because I dedicated my life to helping singers learn how to fix that problem. My name is Robert Lunte, and I'm the founder of the Vocalist Studio. Work with my training program, and if you do your part in practice, I guarantee you'll fix that problem. I look forward to hearing from you.
How you doing?
Doing great. Can I get a visual?
Yeah, did I not? Oh, let's see. Oh, that'll sit up. There we go.
All right, cool. Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
All right, man. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Robert Lunte, founder of the Vocalist Studio. When you purchase the Vocal Athlete Package, when you invest in my 2 top training programs, Mojave Audio is going to send you this microphone, the MAD, the smooth alternative, this hand-built, beautiful, well-crafted microphone for free. No kidding. Purchase the Vocal Athlete Package with Vocalist Studio, Mojave Audio will send you this beautiful mic for free. And it's a great mic, it really is.
Quick, do you have, where are you broadcasting from?
Vancouver, Washington.
Ah, been there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the 4 pillars of singing or belting in the head voice or both?
For the TVS, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Are you logged into those courses? So that we can refer to them in this lesson.
Oh, but I can definitely hold them up.
All right, let's do that.
Let's see here. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
So if we go to some workout skis, you can you'll be able to get to it.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. What is the how long have you been training with the program?
With the program, so like I told you, so I started on the Udemy, and I probably did that for about 2.5 years, I would say.
Okay.
And then I recently purchased the TVS, and I'm about, I'd say like 40% through the training now. I purchased it like last week, so I've been kind of going through the videos and going through the that workout stuff. So I've read the book like twice.
Wow.
I kind of sing in a band, but I'd say I've been really kind of practicing for since like January, I would say. I've really digging into it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, cool. You seem to be organized. You seem to be involved. It sounds like you're practicing. You're practicing, are you not?
Yes, I'm practicing. Yep.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay. All right, cool. How's it going for you?
I mean, I think it's going pretty well. I mean, just real briefly, I started basically I'm a drummer. I basically played drums and guitar and stuff. And I started playing with these guys, and I just kind of started singing because no one else was, and then I kind of just started singing from there. And so that was about like 3 years ago. And then they're like, hey, you kind of sound good, like, or no one else really wanted to sing. In any case, so that's when I found, your program. So I started actually like trying. And I would say listening to my recordings from 3 years ago and now is like, night and day difference. So I feel pretty encouraged by that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I sound better, but I would say that I don't necessarily consider myself a singer yet. You know what I mean? Like, so, oh, you sing, it's kind of like, oh, like, sing us a song. I'm like, well, I gotta, be having the band. I don't know. You know what I mean? I gotta be in the moment or something. I don't know. That's how
all right. Well, that's a mindset. I think I hear what you're saying, but if if you're doing this and you have the program and you're training and you're getting better and you are singing in the band, guess what?
Sure. Right. I get, yeah, I'm a singer. But I guess what I mean is like, I feel confident singing my own stuff that I come up with because I'm in my range that is comfortable to me. But when I sing other people's stuff or try to sing other songs, it's all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this is much harder, or these,
Is it?
this is different. Yeah.
Sure,
So,
of course. Especially if you get around E, right? You get around E and
exactly, you start going on, and then you find that a lot of people sing up there, right? Like E isn't even that high, like a lot of, the G4s and everything. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at.
All right. Well, where you're at is good. Congratulations on stepping up and taking the responsibility to be the singer. All right. And then going further to explore ways that you can train and become better at your craft. And doing the research and getting the right program and investing in a lesson so that I can hear you and tune you up with my ears, right? So I think you're awesome already, and I haven't even heard you.
All right. Well, good. All righty. Yeah. That's good enough then. All right. Well, thanks for the lesson.
We're done. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Robert Lunte, founder of the Vocalist Studio. When you purchase the Vocal Athlete package, when you invest in my 2 top training programs, Mojave Audio is going to send you this microphone, the MAD, the smooth alternative, this hand-built, beautiful, well-crafted microphone for free. No kidding. Purchase the Vocal Athlete package with Vocalist Studio, Mojave Audio will send you this beautiful mic for free. And it's a great mic, it really is.
No refund.
I'm awesome. Good. Yeah.
All right. Do you have one of these?
I do.
Let's get one.
The 58.
Come on, let's get it on.
But it's not really.
It's not plugged in.
I mean, I could plug it in. Can you hear me okay? I mean, would it be better if I ran the audio through the?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that, and that's common for a first lesson together. If you can train live with amplification in this lesson, and your neighbors aren't going to kill you, and you have the privacy to do it, then yes, I want you to do it.
Okay.
That's so. If we check that box, the next box is I do not want you to take the live pro audio gear, the pro audio microphone, this equipment, and then pipe it through Zoom and the system and the software, because that's a whole different kind of microphone. That's like a little headset microphone or microphones that are built inside cameras. Okay. Oftentimes students will take this microphone and then interface it with their computers, which means it's interfacing with Zoom, and Zoom thinks it's garbage noise and it shuts it all down and turns into a whole bunch of screaming problems.
Okay.
So what I have is a little PA system here, you see?
Yeah.
And I'm just live in my room.
So I have one of those. Let me see here. I can.
Yeah, if you could just be live in the room without bothering the neighbors, and I'm just listening to ambient amplified sound. That's perfect. And if it only takes a minute to set up.
Yeah, it shouldn't take me long.
All right.
Have my there's my adapter. Let's see. Input. Ibanez. Take this one.
Okay.
Check.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I'm going to ask you to just turn the pixie dust down a little bit, just a touch.
Sure. Let's see.
Just a touch. It's okay to have a little bit. You want a little bit, but
I got lots of reverb on. Okay.
not too much. It was a little saucy.
How about that?
That's fine. That's great. That's probably perfect. Okay. Mine's probably too saucy at the moment, but I'm not going to mess with it because I want us to get rocking and rolling. Okay. So, what questions do you have? If you have any burning questions you'd like to ask me, otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to go into your training, and you're going to utilize my ears. You're going to use my ears to make sure that you're doing the techniques properly, to make sure that the placement and the sound and the wind and all the energy components are in the right places, and I can tell where they are just by listening to it from doing this for like 30 years. Okay? All right. So, any burning questions?
Well, I do have some questions, but maybe we could save like 15 minutes or something at the end, and I don't want to get bogged down in the theory stuff, too much.
Let's chop. I understand. Okay. So, I'm going to pop quiz you a little bit here. Okay?
Yeah.
Real quick. I hope you give me good answers because you said you read the book 2 times.
Okay.
What is an onset?
An onset is the phonations, the beginning of the phonations, the foundation of the phonation that we're trying to make, and we start at a certain frequency.
Great, that's pretty decent. I'll give you an A- on that. That's pretty good. And if the onset's good, then what happens?
If the onset's good, then the phonation that comes after that, the package should also be good.
That's my student. And if the onset is shitty, then the phonation that follows will have problems, correct?
Correct, yes.
Great. What is an onset package?
An onset package is a phonation that consists of embouchure, respiration, an acoustic vowel,
Good.
and on a pitch that we make a sound with.
Okay. Those are, can you hear me if I'm using my mic a little bit? Is it coming through okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. So those are elements in the onset package, and you're correct. And your answer, it's not perfect, but it tells me that you understand conceptually what we're talking about. The onset package is a sum total of all the technical elements that we work on in TVS to balance at the onset. Okay, it's a stack of technique ideas, right, that comprise the 3 families: acoustic issues, physical issues, and mental issues. Okay, and it could be, you could say there's maybe 13 of them. There's probably a good 6 to 13, anything. It's just a concept. It's conceiving the onset. Can you hear that? Is that canceling, or is that okay? Is that good? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's not just Robert going, hey. All right, that's actually got the right respiration, the right placement, the right vowel. It's got a semi-occluded phonation buzzing on a nasal on the front end to get my good phonation threshold pressure going. I'm looking out into the distance, so my head is in a good space. I got posture, I'm holding my mic properly. All those details make up the onset package.
Gotcha.
And I think you kind of knew that, but I'm just helping you make it even better. Okay? All right, cool. Let's do something. Let's hear you. What would you do if you were to practice like right now? If I were to just walk into your room and do a honk and wave and catch you by surprise and poke my head in the door, what would I see you do?
You'd be doing onset, pretty much like onset sirens is what I'm working on now.
Okay, that's cool. Let me help you with your grip a little bit, and we'll get off. We'll doing that. It looks like you're trying to hold a cradle grip. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I kind of got a cradle grip vibe going there. Hold it up so I can take a look at it real quick. Okay. Don't put your thumb up in front like that.
Okay.
So put it around the top. Okay. And then you end up with sort of a sort of a partial cupped position. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure it can breathe out here. All right, good. Fine. Let's give me a beautiful track and release onset. I'll give you the cue. By the way, do you have a keyboard there?
I do have a keyboard, yeah.
Perfect. I'm digging it. Is it nearby so that while you're training, you can poke it too at the same time? You want to, yeah. You want to get that near you. Yeah. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to get. I want you to put the. Are you right-handed?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to put the microphone in your left hand because that's the easier thing to do, if possible. If possible, and then put the keyboard to your right. Are you there? Oh boy, we're having fun. Michael. All right. So you froze up a little bit. Listen, I'm right-handed. I put my microphone in the left hand because that's the easier piece. It just needs to support the implement. And I put my right hand, which has more, it's just more talented, to the keyboard so that I can play notes. Okay. Is your keyboard on wheels? Is it movable? Can you get it near you?
No, I mean I can. So it's like right here. Is that?
Yeah, that's fine, especially since you have the cool camera that zooms in on you. So that's actually saving you. Yeah, but I want you near the keyboard so that you can do this. You can accompany yourself and keep going. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's fine. I think you're looking great there. Go ahead and just give me some onsets and let's just take a look at it.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do, I guess, some onset sounds. I'll start here. So I do like fifths mostly, but
Oh. No. Hey, I got to be able to see you.
oh,
Don't turn your back to me. All right, so, okay, hang on. If
I
you,
got
thank you. There you go.
the other keyboard.
Yeah. I once had like a little toy keyboard. It was literally a toy that like toddlers would use. And it was perfectly fine. I mean, not in my professional studio, but when I was traveling, it's perfectly fine as long as it can give you a note, because we're just playing notes.
This one is my.
You can even use a pitch pipe, and it's things like that. Okay, all right. So give yourself a. Yep, the F is fine. How about an F?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and show me what you got, what you want to do. Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. Next note, please. Okay. Okay, I can't hear that. What I need you to do is I need you to go to your audio settings inside Slack, or inside Zoom, excuse me.
Okay.
All right, we'll get it. Open up the microphone, go to audio settings.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, and then if you scroll down, you'll see some noise reduction settings. Look for original sound for musicians.
Switch audio settings. Let's see here. Audio test speaker.
It automatically goes to audio. You'll scroll down.
Okay. High fidelity music mode, echo cancellation, stereo audio.
Take out the high fidelity music mode. Take out echo cancellation. Okay. No, I'm sorry. You want echo cancellation.
Oh, echo. Okay.
And then see where it says original sound for musicians recommended for studio environments. Click that, please.
Okay. Got it.
Actually, I got a better option for you. Up at the top, you see where it says Zoom background noise removal. Zoom background noise removal. Click that dot.
Okay.
And you want to put it to low. Now I can hear you. Before I couldn't hear you. Okay. Zoom thinks it's noise. What you and I are doing, it thinks it's noise, so it shuts you down. It thinks you're a dog barking in the background, so it makes it quiet. So if you put the setting to low, then we can hear each other. Okay, great. All right. Go. That looked pretty good. I want you to take a look at your posture. That was a little bit sort of kind of
Hunched over a little bit. Okay.
Straighten up.
Okay.
Good, pretty decent. I want you to think about getting your resonance forward into an edging position. You have read a little bit about the acoustic modes, right? Okay. Forward is edging, in the middle is neutral, back is curbing, okay? When we're training, 9 out of 10 times, when we're training and singing, we want to angle the trajectory of the resonance forward, all right? I'm going to give you a visual. I want you to, and you have studied cry mode a little bit as well, I believe, right? Okay, I'm going to cross my fingers. I don't have to go into a rabbit hole with that at the moment, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to cry into the top of your back teeth. Now, so it's sort of, singing lesson, esoteric stuff. Anybody listening to this wouldn't know really what the hell that means, but I think that you do. So I'm going to visualize crying into the top of my back teeth, and when I do, I'm going to get an edging position on my resonance. And it gets bright and crispy up front, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I usually use cry when I'm way high, like higher in frequency, so I'll have to try and channel it when I'm down here.
Okay, yes, you do. It's interesting. You want it high in frequencies. The higher we go, the harder you cry. And in some sense, the higher we go, you might say, the more we need it. I'm cautious of saying that because it's it risks sending the wrong message to the student. Because the fact is you need it on every note.
Okay.
Below the passaggio, in the chest voice, everywhere. Even though it won't feel as activated on lower frequencies. On higher frequencies, I just want you to get in the habit of always thinning the vocal folds. Always.
Okay. And I think that's something I need to, that you can hear me, and if I can, because I don't know exactly how to do that, to thin the vocal folds,
You understand that if we're in cry mode, if we're crying into the note, it's thinning the folds. You understand that, correct?
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Okay. On your buzzy nasal, whimper like a puppy. Don't do this. That's not what we're gonna. You're not gonna just like shove a big woofy M into it. That's gonna hurt you. What you need to do is come in from the top down. Come in from the top down with a whimper. Listen. So this is what we don't want to do. No, this is what we want. It's thinner. It's prettier. It's more glossy. Okay, and it's got a little bit of whimper in it. All right, go ahead. I will cue you on an F sharp. All right, an F sharp track and release onset, please.
Okay.
That's it. That's very good. That's very good. Let's do it again. I will accompany you, so you don't have to worry about it at the moment, okay? And you just focus on your execution. I want you to, when you release your vowel, when you release the product, I need you to keep your eyes open. All right? Okay, now it's good. I like the embouchure. It's a super embouchure, monsieur. A nice embouchure. It's wide. We got canines. We're seeing teeth. We got a little bit of whimper on the front end. That's all very good. Grip is good. Other things are good. You're matching the pitch well. Okay. I don't know if it's a technology or not, but in regards to coloration, it's a little bit woofy. It's a little bit sort of. We want to go for bright. Okay, brighter, more treble, more bright, more crispiness. Listen, I'm kind of getting this. So the resonance is sort of sitting in a neutral Kirby position. And what I want you to do, and all you gotta do is really just think it. You just gotta visualize it, and the body will make the changes. Get it forward. bright, ringy, singy, pingy. Okay.
And how do I get it forward, I guess?
Cry into the back of your top teeth.
Okay. All right.
You can feel it and you can hear it. We're getting there. Just go ahead and give it a try.
Okay.
It's not. It sounds really esoteric, and therefore it sounds like it's difficult. But the neurolinguistic system, the ability of the mind when it comes to making vocal sounds, we're actually, all of us are masters at it already, whether we're singers or not, because we've spent a whole life doing what?
Talking.
That's right, speaking, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's quite complex. So the system is already hardwired to take a command and then take the articulators and the mechanism to give you what you're asking it to do. It's already hardwired very masterly to do that. So when you visualize what you want, even though it's not really speech, it's something different that utilizes the same mechanism, but it's not speech, it's instrumentation. The body can actually get around to it pretty quickly, most of the time. All right. So just trust your visualization. G sharp, and we got G sharp, please. All right. We got is it me? I don't think so. I think so. You froze a little bit again. If you're running anything any processes in the background, like uploading something, or maybe a firewall, or a VPN or anything like that, you might want to shut it down.
I'm just gonna. I meant to do this before.
Okay.
I'm just.
I gotta tell you that tracking camera of yours is pretty cool.
It's not bad, huh?
Yeah, it's neat.
Let's see here. I think I can just go. I'm gonna get off the Wi-Fi and just go hardwired.
Old school.
Yep.
RJ45.
There we go. Yeah. Let's see here.
Right.
Keep us from freezing up here.
Okay. Doing great, what we've heard so far. Oh, you're frozen again. Rants of France.
Okay.
Okay. G sharp, track and release onset. Whimper into the top of your back teeth. Just visualize something ringy, pingy, crispy, bright up front. It'll come. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see, G sharp.
Better. That was a little bit brighter up front. Now, when you're releasing your note, we're seeing the shoulders come up a little bit. It's got sort of at the get loosey, get floppy. Singers are floppy. All right, let it down. Your turn. Okay, I give that a B. Your embouchure, by the way, consistently has been great. Congratulations on that. A lot of people don't nail that. That is getting brighter and more forward. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I mean, kind of do. Yeah.
Hear it. You should be hearing it. It is. Okay, I'm digging it. Your intonation is like all over town. All right, so not a big deal. You don't have an intonation problem that's serious. You're just not putting your eyes on the road. There are people who cannot sing on pitch, and it's a deeper, more it's a bigger issue. It has to do with the ears and the neural connections and that sort of thing. That's not you. That's actually very rare. That's not you. You just need to pay attention. Listen. Listen, I mean, pay attention. You're a musician. You can hear if you're north or south. Got to get the note right. Got to get the note right.
So, I mean, I don't know if I'm helping or hurting myself, but I have like a pitch, I always practice with a pitch. And so I'm like doing a phonation, but then I kind of adjust till I get it right. And then
Okay. All right. I like that you're using that tool, and having a tuner is a helpful thing really for people that have bigger problems than you.
Okay.
Okay, so because you're gonna always just be skirting right around the edge, and that's and as far as those apps are concerned, you'll never just like nail it and it's gonna stay on it. They just don't do that. They're always gonna be doing this because you're not a synthesizer.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't think you need it.
Okay.
Okay, and I think you just need to step away from that and just listen. All right, give me a nice clean A3, please, and don't look at the tuner.
All right. No tuner.
All right. Okay. All right. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulders down. Open your eyes. And if I say up, down, when it comes to tuning the voice with intonation, you got to be, it's like correcting yourself when you're sliding on ice, when you're driving. You don't overcorrect. Students go, oh, they go, they're doing this. It is micro movements, man. Micro movements. Okay. You overcorrect it, and that's what made it sort of funny. All right. All right, let's do the B flat. Your turn. All right, you're sharp. Your shoulders were up and your eyes were closed. I want you to open your eyes. Do not close your eyes on the beginning.
Okay.
And the way you're going to ensure that your eyes are not closed is you're going to look at the monitor on the Zoom call. You're going to look at yourself in the screen and do the thing and make sure that you're not closing your eyes. All right. And I also want you to put your eyes on your shoulders. Don't do this. Okay. I think that the shoulders coming up and the eyes closing are creating mental noise and getting of your imagination.
So just okay. Arms up, but no shoulders. I get because I feel it now that you mentioned.
You're doing that. You don't need that.
No. Okay.
Look, all right. Look. So singers are floppy. Mm-hmm. Think Robert Plant. Okay. Singers are floppy. They're loose. Mm-hmm. They do yoga. All right. So just bring the mic up. Just. You got the right grip. Just bring the mic up straight. Just bring the mic up. Okay. Notice you don't need to do any of this. Just bring the mic up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Floppy. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it. No. This is what you.
I did it again. I know it. I'm just focused. Okay.
Guys, you got to keep your, let it go. You don't need all that noise. You don't need that. Open your, you create some bad habits and it's easy to fix.
Okay.
A little better, a little sharp. Next note. again, a little bit sharp. I want you to start, so the higher we go, the harder we cry. All right, so this is a B. Do you hear that whimper on the front end?
Yep.
The squeak, we want that. It's indicating that is the sound that we get when the vocal folds go and elongate and get into cry mode, okay, which is the position we need for high performance. Not for speaking, but for high performance.
Okay.
Your turn.
Get the cue one more.
All right. That was bright, forward. It had cry mode. The eyes were open a little bit better. The shoulders were a little bit more chilled out. Recognize we're having conversations about the onset package here, right? Okay, very cool. But it's still it's still a little sharp. It's just a hair sharp in a sort of for an odd reason. I don't know why, but I think we're on a path to success here. How do you feel?
I feel good. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel good. I feel, it's like I've been doing this by myself, no one watches me practice singing, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those things I do by myself away from everyone. So it's kind of like different doing it in front of people. Yeah.
Good for you. Just keep doing it. Just keep, right? That's good. Now, you should have a mirror in your training space.
Yep.
So a mirror, you can coach yourself on these things that I'm looking at. You can coach yourself on your embouchure, on your shoulders, on your eyes, on your grip. You can actually police yourself, but you need a mirror. You need to train in front of a mirror. So get a good body size mirror in your space.
Okay. Yeah.
If you don't have one, just turn on Zoom and just hit start a meeting and you'll see yourself. That's another way of doing it. That makes sense?
Yep, I've got one. I train the mirror with the embouchure quite a bit, but not the shoulders and eyes. So that's my next thing to think
You know what? It shows.
Yeah.
It shows that you've been in front of a mirror working on your embouchure.
Yeah.
Because your embouchure is excellent.
Perfect.
Whoa, where am I going? Middle C, ready, and. Great. That was on pitch.
All right.
That was great. Let's do that again. So now we've done it once really good. Do it again. Mirror that. Look at yourself.
Okay.
And take a picture. This is what it looks like when I'm doing it right.
Okay.
Okay? The whole onset package. Ready? As they say in Montpellier, on y va.
I got lost it.
Okay. Still sharp a little bit, but everything else is pretty decent. Let's keep going. Good. Can you put a little bit of spin on that? Can you put a little bit of can you put a little bit of maybe a little bit of vibrato?
Okay.
So don't fixate on it too much, but you put a little bit of oscillation on that, make it prettier. Way sharp.
Yeah. I was thinking about the vibrato. Let me try again. We're doing C.
Nope. That's C sharp.
Sharp.
You know what? One thing that can help. One thing that can help is get your finger on that C sharp, okay, and do this. Dump it.
Okay.
Coming back to it.
Okay.
Okay. Try that.
Okay.
A little better. Still sharp.
A little sharp still.
Okay, so all right. Sometimes we go sharp and flat for different reasons. I think one of the reasons why you're just hovering above the note is there's a little bit too much energy going into the microphone, so it's a little over throttled. So it's making it nudge up a little bit, even though intellectually the visualization is correct. I know that I think you are hearing internally the right note.
Okay.
But the mechanism, the physiology is shoving it sharp. Okay, so I want you to just lean back, chill it out a little bit. Okay, and I think it could sort of settle to where it needs to be. On the D, remember, whimper like a puppy. All right, here's what I want to do. That was sharp. So what I want to do is we're going to do onsets followed by sirens. Okay. So we're going to get to the same notes, but we're going to get to them from a journey, doing an ascending glissando. All right, and sometimes that helps. That tunes up a little bit. If you can kind of, because as you get to that note, you have to tune it, don't you?
Right.
We approach different angles and different ways. Sometimes the ears catch, and
I think maybe an issue is I just have been relying so much on like I always tune to, like, I practice with that right by the, so when I siren up, I stop when it gets there, not necessarily when I think I get there. And I think just this exercise, I'm thinking, I need to.
You're not listening.
Yeah.
You're not listening to the intonation anymore. You've been relying too much on that tool, and now your ears are struggling to catch up to everything else that's going great for you.
Right. I think it was because at the very beginning, I sounded so bad. It was like I didn't know anything. So anyhow, okay.
I have one. I don't use it anymore, but I have one. It's good to have one.
Yeah.
I want you to stop using it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's do onsets followed by sirens. Okay. I'll go ahead and cue you.
Okay.
So we're going to go back down, all the way down to say a D. And the game we're playing is perfect onsets, perfect slow controlled glissando.
Okay.
Ready and. No. We're down here. There you go. That was on pitch. Okay. Stop, back out, step away from the plate, knock the dirt off your cleats, step up to the plate, get ready for an onset. Take a breather and then. And by the way, it's not this. Not this. Don't do this. Don't do that. All right. We talk a lot about onsets, but there is such a thing as an offset as well. Make your offsets beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
All right, there you go. Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's pretty.
All right.
That's pretty. Okay.
Okay.
Even
at the top though?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And by the way, intonation's good.
Okay.
So this sort of proves that you don't have a big ear problem. You got a tuner problem in your amp. Okay, so turn off the problem, and if you get to your if you're working your intonation with a different workout, if you're kind of moving up to it and down to it versus going straight into it, that's working a little bit better for you just for today. Okay, so that's good. I loved that. By the way, I loved how that came down. And make your low notes sexy.
All right.
Yeah. All right. like milk it. Okay.
Okay.
That's one of the advantages of being a guy as a singer is you can make your low notes like really, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Bottom up. Watch your shoulders. Look at your shoulders. Look, you see that?
Yep, I did.
Shake it off, and that was lovely. Make it pretty. Yeah. Good. A little more energy. Watch your shoulders. Watch your shoulders. That was all a little sharp. Check this out. When you come down, keep the vocal folds adducted. Maintain the adduction. When I say adduction, you know what I mean?
I mean, not really, no.
Okay. Closed.
Closed. Well, okay, but I mean, I understand what it means, but I don't understand the muscles that are doing it, you know, like, how do I just do that? You know what I mean? Like if you say, you know, keep your fist closed, I go, okay, this fist is closed, but when you say keep that closed, I don't know, I can't feel exactly what that is. You know what I mean?
Well, you can. You're just
Okay.
not
Well,
conscious.
I'm not conscious. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but yeah.
All right. Two things. Remember, onset package three big buckets: physical, acoustic, and mental. All right. Two things: physical and acoustic. One, you can feel it, and I have no idea where the balloons are coming from. I pushed a button in a setting on this thing about a year ago. Ever since then, I've been having fireworks, balloons, rainbows, thumbs up, dancing bears, the whole thing. All right? It's great. I love it. So, one, acoustically, it sounds like, it's real tone. If your vocal folds are not compressed, if your vocal folds are not adducted, it's going to be windy.
Oh, okay.
because the vocal folds are not adducted enough, so there's respiration blowing through. So the sound color, I don't know. So the sound color will have wind in it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Okay.
You hear the wind?
It's wind.
If you hear wind in your sound, and you're not intending to put wind in the sound, sometimes we want wind in the sound as an effect.
Right.
Okay, but that's not your intention, and when we're training, we never do want wind in the sound when we're training, because we're trying to build musculature, we're trying to build motor skills, so trying to get that adduction going, which is important, right? So when you're training and you feel wind, you need to twang more. Twang. Get it together, okay? And two, you can just hear it. So you can feel it, excuse me, you can feel it. Feels different on the glottis than if I'm bringing my vocal folds together, I can feel a little bit of a rattle and an oscillation inside. Okay?
Yeah, I understand what you mean now. Yep. Because I when you went down, I understood it. Because generally, I don't have a lot of wind in my phonations, really. But
it's not an issue for you. I mean, it's sort of like the ear thing. It's not a big deal for you. I'm just bringing you did one that was windy. Don't do it. Just bringing it to your attention.
Right. But I noticed when you said that. Now I understand. So that was good. Okay.
It created a teaching moment for us. That's all.
Okay.
All right. So let's go for E flat to B flat. Ready? Track and release onset. Remove the shoulder stuff. That noise is just killing me. Open your eyes. Get it forward. Be thinking in terms of the onset package. Get all the stuff going. Cry, eyes, shoulder, intonation, vocal fold adduction. Go through a flight checklist. Get it all together in 2 seconds, and then it all looks good. It feels good. Then go.
Okay.
Set the onset. Don't be in a hurry to get going. Get the onset right. A good 3-second count, and then go.
Okay. God. Yeah, you get the cue again.
Look at the monitor. Look, no. Don't do this. Here's what's happening. You're taking your eye off the road. You're doing this. You're looking at me. I give you a command, and then you go, "Great, let's do it." And then then you do this every time. You look to the heavens, raise your shoulders, close your eyes, and get ready to, like somebody's about ready to throw a snowball at you, and then you go into your position. Okay, what I want you to do is stop that. It starts with your eyes. I want you to go. Look at yourself. I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm being sure to not close my eyes. All right, your turn.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Great. That's good concentration.
Okay.
You didn't close your eyes and your shoulders didn't come up. Do it again. Look at Michael in the mirror.
Okay.
That was not sexy at the end.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't it.
Try again. Save enough wind because it's a little song. It has a start, it has a stop. One of the things that makes I think great students and great singers, great above sort of just good or good plus, but really great, is your head is in the game every single second. Like you have a way of getting deep into a focus, kind of like a really good game of pinball where you lose time. It's got to start. It's got to stop. It's a little sentence, all right? And it's totally geeky, and a lot of people wouldn't be very cool about it. But what I'm asking you to do is geek out on it. Geek out on trying to make it as beautiful as you. It's just a note, but that doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. All right, with the resonance and slow, you can romance it, man. Okay? Make it beautiful, and that takes you to another level of concentration. Great. Take a break, relax, take a breather. Shake it off the shoulders, get the shoulders down, get your eyes up, don't close your eyes, look at Michael in the monitor, whimper like a puppy. Nice ending.
All right. Yeah.
That was a very nice offset. That was musical.
Yeah.
That was felt.
Okay. Focus.
It's a little extra mojo at the end that makes all the difference between good and great.
Okay. Okay.
I loved it. I thought that was pretty. Bottom up.
Sorry.
Rest, step back. There's a rhythm to this. Knock the dirt off your cleats. Step up to the plate. Get ready. Boom.
Okay. One question. I feel like I can engage cry mode at the very beginning, but once I'm already in it, I don't like, cause I go, I can cry.
Yeah.
Already in the phonation, I feel like I don't have the ability to add more cry.
All right. That's a fair statement. There's a journey, there's a learning journey that people go on with cry mode. Starts with, what the hell are you talking about? Then it goes to, okay, I'll try it even though it's embarrassing. Then it goes to, okay, I'm doing it and I'm not embarrassed about it anymore because I'm beginning to feel like, I'm beginning to realize and feel why it's helping me. Then it goes to, I believe in this, I love this cry mode thing, this is the best damn thing you ever showed me. Then it goes to, oh, I just realized the higher I go, the harder I'm going to cry. Because students will sort of think that, okay, I can get into cry mode and it's a static position. And that regardless of the frequency, it stays at that position. That's not the case. Maybe you recall this in the lessons. The higher you go, the more you thin out. As you go low, you need to thin out less. Okay, so it's dynamic. It throttles as you go higher in frequency. That's a big aha moment in the journey of learning cry. All right, and then to you, what you're talking about right now is that when you're off the onset, just like jumping off the blocks in a track race, everything's perfectly aligned in that first moment. But then as we continue, the law of entropy begins to set in. Things begin to sort of break down, and we try not to let that happen as much as possible. Okay. So everybody's like perfect in that first 1/10 of a second. And then what happens is things, the onset package components start getting out of line and start unraveling a little bit. And the game that we're playing here is how long can we keep that all together? All right. Be aware that as soon as you get off the onset of your onset, if you're not paying attention, that thin position will relax and sometimes recede back to speech mode, and everything will unravel. So what I want to say is be conscientious of maintaining the cry position all the way through, regardless of where you're going.
Okay.
And that is a combination of awareness, aware that no matter, not a great example, but no matter where I'm going, I'm maintaining a thinned position.
Gotcha.
So you have to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you take your eyes off the ball, then the vocal folds will go, oh, he's not watching us anymore. Bloop. Let's go back to that easy position that we're familiar with, that we've been doing in speech mode. It goes back to that position if you don't keep your eye on it.
Gotcha.
Especially in the beginning while you're building the motor skills. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. Because when I was, up at the top or going up, and you're saying like cry more, and I was just trying to cry more, but I just felt like the cry for me comes at the very, it's like, and I'm and I siren that whole thing, but it's like if I'm already like, meh, it's like it's hard for me to.
It's a little bit mysterious. This is common.
Okay.
Hey, coach, I know I'm in cry mode, and I'm crying, and I'm conscious of it. How could I not be? I'm conscious of it, I'm crying, and I'm going higher in frequency, but I don't think I can cry any harder. I don't know that I can do it any harder. And the mind will say, I don't think you're already doing as hard as you can. You can't cry any harder on this thing. Here's what happens. What I discovered, you'll discover too, but is that that's not true. It's not true. You can thin far further than you ever thought you could.
Okay.
Especially in the beginning. So you're thinking, I can't get it. I can't maintain it. I can't go even more. I can't give it more cry. I'm just simply telling you that's not true.
Okay.
That's a phantom thing that goes, that's residual phantom feelings from speech mode.
Okay.
You can.
So is it just practicing specifically the cry mode? I might be so sad today, and then
Yep.
siren up.
Yep. Doing your sirens. Every chromatic movement a little bit higher, you're gonna lean, you're gonna thin out a little bit more on every movement chromatically.
Okay.
And you'll have moments where you're like, I know I'm got this right. I'm up to a G now. All right, I don't know if I can cry any hard to the G sharp, but I'll try, and you'll go into it, and it'll happen.
Okay.
It'll just be there for you. You can thin the folds out all the way to a good C5. Okay, if you're really elasty and in good shape. Maybe not today, but if you're in good physical shape.
I might be able to, yeah. I did. That was one thing I also want, because when I get up higher in frequency, I don't know if I'm doing like a weird version of falsetto or if I'm actually singing,
If falsetto is a vocal mode,
Right.
okay, so if it's windy, if you're high, if you're above above the passaggio, anywhere above E, okay, if you're above the passaggio and it's windy, and you sound like Shirley Temple, it's falsetto.
Right.
That's falsetto. That's all it could be, okay? If you're above the passaggio, ah, yeah, and your vocal folds are adducted, that's not falsetto. That's cry, twang, hybrid in the head voice. That's getting close to what we want.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do so I got, like, a D4, right? Or a D5.
Okay, that's pretty ambitious. Go for it.
Let me see.
That's a G4, not a D5.
Oh, see.
That you're a fifth below a D5 on that.
Maybe I need to see, like, let's do this.
Okay.
So is that singing, or is that like, I mean, well, that's singing, but I mean, is that a note, or is that just a weird sound?
It's all the above. Honestly, it's all the above. Listen, it's a weird sound because it lacks context. Okay, there's not a melody that's going to that and a melody that's coming around that. It's not sitting on a lyric. It's not in front of a band. It doesn't have a context of a song and a melody to help it give it a name. Okay, so without musicality behind it, it's a weird human phonation. Yes. However, the way the mechanism was configured, what your mechanism was doing to make that weird sound has elements in it that we want when we're singing up there, or screaming up there in a rock song or something, like in a controlled fashion, in sort of like a Rob Halford sort of thing. Okay, so the compression and the placement and things had some things about it that have merit. So if your question, if you're partially asking me, I've seen this before, it seems like part of what you may be asking me is, Robert, I can make this really high screamy thing. I think it might have potential. I feel like maybe I'm doing something about this might be right. Maybe I could harness this and turn this into something like, so that I could maybe sing a really super high note, or like the end of Stairway to Heaven or something of that nature. Or maybe it's just an out of control noise. I'm here to tell you it's a little bit of both, but it's really leaning more and more into something that has potential, something that has merit, something that can be harnessed and turned into something that you can do a controlled siren up to, do a controlled onset into, and a controlled siren back down. And so you can put command and control behind that and then utilize it in singing. Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to encourage you to experiment with making weird human sounds. That's fine. That's fine. If you wanted to get more out of it, get to that note and then put it on a controlled siren.
Okay. And I mean, that's what, basically when I train, I go from C3 up to C5. So I'll siren fizz up to G5. And that's about the top, I'm not sure that I'm doing things right, but because I get to this like, like,
okay, look, that has merit.
okay.
If you want to give it legitimacy, that's a good word for it. If you want to give it to legitimacy and take it out of the realm of, somehow I'm able to kind of like squeak out a really super high G5, which is cool at face value, that's cool. But if you really want to build on that, go into the G5 and then do a controlled siren down to the C5.
Okay.
If you can go, and I can't at the moment, but if you can take that G5, way down to the C5 controlled, if you can onset and siren that, now you're making the movements where you can then harness that and turn it into something.
Okay.
Why don't you try?
Okay.
Why don't you try since you brought it up? So
I'm
just
gonna try and go up to it and then back down.
okay, yeah, whatever you want to do. All right, so either direction is fine. So start with the C5. Good. Almost.
Almost.
Okay, get that together. Go into that G again. And you got some bubbles in there. Maintain the compression. Maintain the compression. Keep the vocal folds together. And if you can bring that all the way down to the C5, I'm telling you, that's something you can build on.
Okay.
Good. Great. So you have proven my point, which is if you can put command and control around that, if you can actually own it and make it follow your instructions, and I'm presuming that that's something that has musicianship around it and context, then that's perfectly fine. You should work with it.
Okay.
And it's sort of fun and kooky too, though. So only after you've done the warm-ups and the lower stuff and the other things that are a little bit more important right now. Okay.
Thinking honestly with that was really, if I can, because I read all these like practicing books, like how to practice and stuff, and what the most successful people do is they practice at the edge of their ability, and so really my hope is that I'll be able to sing quality, B4s and C5s if I kind of push, my vocal.
You could, and I think we're on the same page. I'm encouraging you to do this. Just do it wisely and do it after you're warmed up and the other things. I got a really good lesson for you, and then we should probably go because we're way on overtime here.
Oh man.
Okay, but I got a really hang on. Listen to what I'm about ready to tell you. Okay. Working on the really hard stuff and becoming really great, and I think what was it you said, like training at the edge of your performance envelope. Yes, but what I want you to understand is screaming super high squealy notes is not the edge of your performance envelope.
Okay. All right.
It's an amateurishy thing to presume, and a lot of people do that. That the higher the note, the more difficult it is. That there's nothing that goes beyond, there's nothing more challenging, there's nothing more that I want more than the real super high screamy note. Because if it's so high, that must mean that it's the most difficult, it's the most important. It's not true. It's not true. The very fact that you're able to go to a G5 today, comparatively easy, proves that screaming a high note is not the most difficult thing for singers to do.
Right. I mean, yeah. No,
The most difficult thing for singers to do is right down here, brother. To sing consistent, you know it. To sing consistently, there you go. To be able to sing to E, F sharp, G sharp, A. That's where you put 80% of your work, right there in that sweet zone, not the super high screamy stuff that 12-year-olds are going for. That's okay. That's important. If you got it, use it. I love high screamy notes. I'm a Rob Halford guy. That's why I'm doing this, okay? But it's the low head tones. It's the notes for men. It's the E, the F sharp, the G sharp, and the A. It's the low head tones that are the most difficult notes, not the high screamy notes.
No, I understand. And that's why I was just asking about that, because I was like, I can go up here. I know it's not the most difficult, but I'm like, is this even basically anything, or am I just falsetto, because I used to be, I can sing really high, like, whoa, and it's like, but that doesn't, obviously.
It is something. I'm validating for you that it is something. It has merit. Continue to play with it. Continue to experiment. But if you want it to become something meaningful, put it on a siren so that you can control it all the way down, not just poke at it. Don't just do high squeaky notes. Do a high squeaky note and then put it on the move.
Yeah. Okay.
That's when it starts becoming something. And then, but even then, it's E4, F sharp, G sharp, A4 is where you need to be putting 80-90% of your time, brother.
Okay.
That's where songs are sung.
So would you say
Songs are sung right there. They're not sung up on G5.
right?
There's like one song in the entire lexicon of rock and roll that goes to a G5, and it's, Child in Time by Deep Purple, and maybe Something Kooky by TNT in the early days, or something like that, I mean, you'll do it from time to time. Maybe you want to scream it out to the audience. You need it. It's fun. It's great. But that's not where singing happens.
No, 100%. In my band, I don't sing like that in the band.
It's cool factor, but it's an effect. But it's not the singing.
Alrighty. Well, I guess so. Takeaways are in front of a mirror, watch my
Yes.
shoulders, eyes open. Don't, I'm going for it. Just relax. More of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going through the training.
Yep.
And doing the follow along trainings. And is there anything?
Retire the app. Retire the app. You don't need the app anymore.
Retire the app. I have to start hearing it.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the mirror. That will do wonders for you. If you spend 4 weeks just staring at yourself in a mirror doing this without that damn app, it's going to get so much better, okay? And I want you to, in the 30 odd years that I've been doing this and discovering and inventing vocal techniques, I'd have to say probably the most important thing is to master your cry, okay? If you weren't catching that in the book in the video lessons, how important it is, because I talk about it like in 3 different sections. It is so important. It is the most important physical mode. With that, everything will open up to you. Without that, you'll forever be locked up.
Just go back and really focus on it, because it was one of those things where I trained really hard for like 4 months, and then I was like, oh, I get it, I got it. And
Right.
I had to stop thinking about as much because I was
Right. It is so cry vocal mode isn't it's so important that cry vocal mode is not, well, it is, but I'm just going to give you a different perspective on it. It's not only a physical mode we can put our vocal folds into, characterized among other things by a thinned out elongated glottis. Okay, it's not just that. Okay, cry mode that we can turn on, that we can choose to do or choose not to do, like vibrato or singing windy or not. Things that you can choose to do or not to do. That's not cry mode. Let this sink in. Cry mode isn't something we decide to do that's sort of cool. We want to learn to do it. Cry mode is the singing voice. It is the singing voice. That is the platform that it sits on. So it's not an option. It's not a vocal effect or something you could, or the kind of physical mode like, say, sob or belting or whispering or falsetto, where you're like, I'm choosing to do that right now because I want to do it as an artistic choice. You don't have a choice. Cry mode is the primary singing foundation, and it has to be in everything you do. Everything, unless you're reciting poetry. Unless you're like Jim Morrison reciting poetry and you're singing the end, okay? Unless it's something like that, you're in cry mode.
cry in everything.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. It's not everything, but everything won't come unless you have that first.
Okay. Yeah. So I got to think about every phonation.
Yes.
Where's the cry in this? It has to be there a little bit. You don't have to cry super hard when you're lower in frequencies, but as you you cry harder. So it's like you said earlier, it's not that I only need it when I get higher in frequencies. It's I need more of it at higher frequencies, but I need it in every single.
You got it.
Okay.
Perfect. And in some sense, another way of saying what I just said is, to take voice lessons and to train to become a better singer is to become a master at command and control of arbitrary cry mode. To be able to get your body to become a master at this cry mode configuration in the context of music and not being sad. Becoming a master, being able to turn that on and off and command and control that reflex without being sad and in tears, which is the other thing that puts our voice into that position. Does that make sense? So you're becoming an artist of that particular physical movement. You get really super good. Just like a tightrope guy gets really good at not just, walking across the thing, but he's really good at mastering balance and that sort of thing, right? It's the skill inside the art form that's required. A great painter does great painting, but these are people that have, if we go deeper, these are people that have become masters at depth and 3 dimensions and blending colors and things like that. That's what it's really about.
Right.
Okay?
Yep. Okay.
You're trained to become a cry mode expert in the context of an art form called singing.
Okay, I like that. That's I'm gonna definitely really focus on that for sure.
You should, and if you do, you'll get results. I guarantee you.
All right. Perfect.
You're fun to work with. I hope I get a chance to work with you again. You know where to go to pony up, and yeah, let's do it again sometime. I'd love to see you in about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, if you're down for it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm gonna start because I got so many questions. So I'm gonna I'll put another one on the books in a couple weeks. I'm gonna practice on this, and then we'll meet again for sure.
I look forward to it. You're a good student. I dig if you read the book and you're doing the stuff. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to get great progress.
Great teacher, so I'm very happy to get lessons and have your stuff. So it's been working. So
you're welcome. You're welcome. Go kill it.
All righty. Hey, thanks, Robert. Have a good one.
You too. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Here's the truth. 80% of you are still choking, squeezing, pushing, and have instability problems when you sing high notes, especially when you try to bridge and connect from your chest voice to your head voice through the vocal break. Now, for men, that bridge position tends to happen around E flat 4. For women, it's about 5 notes higher, give or take, and it happens around B flat 4. But you're always going to be frustrated with this process if you don't learn how to fix it. And here's the reasons why. You might feel lost about what to do. You could go out to YouTube videos, but you realize that there's so much content and noise out there on YouTube, it's not adding up. It's just adding to your confusion. Most of you don't have the files, the video demonstrations, the training workouts, the actual facilities that you need to practice and train every day. And even if you did, you don't really have a way of knowing that you're doing it correctly. You're stuck in debilitating myths like some people are born to sing and others are not, or the terms falsetto and head voice mean the same thing. These points of confusion are creating problems for you. It's adding to your feeling of being lost. You're chasing ghosts. You don't have access to a mobile-friendly, easy-to-use training user interface. These days, you need a platform and technology that will enable you to train on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your laptop, anywhere you can go. But that's not the end of the problem. It can actually get worse. The problems begin to compound. Even if you are currently training, you know that some feelings that you're having inside your voice when you're training and working out, these feelings of little tiny muscle contractions and resistance, they're confusing. You don't know if those feelings are correct or not. You don't have anybody to check in with to make sure that the things that you're doing on a weekly basis are correct. And worst of all, as you continue to exist in this confusing fog, you're spending time and money, and you're probably questioning the value that you're getting out of that time and money. And if you're questioning that value, well, then chances are you're probably not getting the value that you're hoping for. But luckily for you, my team and I have developed the course that will help you. The 4 Pillars of Singing online course. Discover how to build your own customized training routines. Learn how to make every note start correctly, how to make every note count with our specialized onsets. And that means you're gonna understand a little bit about the phonetics of singing, how certain consonants and certain vowels in your singing can be used to isolate the musculature inside your voice when you're working out and to troubleshoot problems. How to organize and make sense out of the acoustics of singing, resonance, formants, and singing vowels. Learn how to configure your larynx into a singing position called vocal cry mode. This is the same physical configuration that babies use to scream super high and loud without hurting themselves. When we take this configuration called vocal cry mode and apply it towards singing, it will blow down the doors and amaze you. Learn about integrated training routines, or ITRs, which is our method for showing you how to build your own customized vocal training routines. Understand which onset and vowel combinations are used to build coordination and tuning, or resistance training, which means strength and stability in the head voice. Learn the 4 most effective and best practice vocal warm-up routines and techniques used in the best vocal studios in the world. Learn a set of onset and siren routines that are used for bridging and connecting that will help you build immediately advanced motor skills and strength for your singing. Learn how to use our unique workflow guides and troubleshooter table, which is going to help you to go deeper on learning how to troubleshoot your problems and coach yourself. Learn about our deliberate practicing methods, which is a way to get the most efficiency out of your practicing, in particular when you're working on difficult parts in your songs. And most of all, learn how to take your newfound knowledge, your skills, motor skills, and strength, and learn how to apply them towards your singing so that you can now experience new growth and new levels of artistry when you sing. Hi, my name is Robert Lunte. And by now you might be wondering how my team and I can actually make these claims. Well, here's how and why I can make these claims. These solutions and techniques are not something I just made up. These are time-tested and proven techniques that have been used for hundreds of years. And the science that's in this program is current and cutting edge. It's my job to take the time-tested solutions and the science and bring it together, sort of turn it around in a way that is easier for the average guy to grasp. That's my job as a voice coach. I've probably helped over 1 million singers worldwide in over 155 countries. I've done over 65 public master classes on these techniques, have over 26 certified teachers around the world, and have over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's working. If it wasn't, my teachers, investors, and students wouldn't be here to help us to get this message out to all of you. I am a member of the National Association of Teachers of Singing and the Voice Foundation, where I have spoken at the symposium in Philadelphia. This is a prestigious platform for only the most vetted teachers in the world. You don't speak and teach there if you don't know what you're doing. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I have a best-selling book and a best-selling course. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at the proof. Take a look at these testimonials.
You know, again, just the reason that I chose this method was its technical precision.
So for me to now learn, oh, okay, to geek out on it, right? There's a neuromuscular connection that I need to make with a different part of my voice that I'm used to, which can be really hard because I'm used to doing things in a certain way, but it's been fascinating and really empowering.
During the course, we also learned a little bit about performance. So what's the good way to connect with the audience?
the changes have been stunning to me, and stunning to a lot of my friends and family that I've shown it to as well. Robert's methodology really focuses on the technical aspects. I'm a scientist, so I really appreciate that. But it's not just the nuts and bolts, but still understanding some of those nuts and bolts is really, really critical.
Take a look at these student performances.
It's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not somebody will see the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You have torn it all apart. I'm watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You'll sleep in your office instead, with only the memories of when you were mine. I hope that you
Safe in the light that surrounds me, free of the fear and the pain. My questioning mind has helped me to find the meaning in my life again. Victorious, real, I finally feel at peace with my girl in my dreams. And now that I'm here, it's perfectly clear. I found out what all of this means. If I die tomorrow, I'll be alright, because I believe after we're gone, spirit carries on.
99 days of rain keeps showing me the heart can break 100 ways. And 99 days of rain, yeah.
Take a look at what these TVS voice coaches have to say about the program.
What I found was the most comprehensive and extensive course I had ever seen. It's almost overwhelming at first, but Robert was really hands-on when I signed up, making sure that I wasn't overwhelmed, making sure I knew what to focus on that would help me get to my goals the fastest.
When I first started singing 4 years ago, I had a lot of problems. My voice was breaking, it was hurting, I lost my voice after concerts and everything. And the voice coaches I went to couldn't really help me, unfortunately. So I started making some researches on internet, and I finally found a video on YouTube with Robert Lunte explaining how to belt in your head voice, and it was really a game changer for me.
So these guys have got the goods. They've been telling me about their methods and the way that they're going to be teaching, and I think it's something that I would urge anyone that's serious about singing to look into, because I think it's going to be a really, really cutting edge kind of system and kind of teaching and education for anyone that wants to sing, you know, from a Friday night in a bar to the stages of the world.
Technology in the last 5 years has really made it possible to deliver this training method and methodology. The same principles that have been developed by the world's leading voice research professionals and authorities are now available to singers. This methodology has taken the complexities and made it easier. Here's exactly what you get from the 4 Pillars of Singing online course. The world's leading warm-up programs taught in the world's leading vocal training studios. The 5 most commonly used onsets that we see in our lyrics that will help you to map your singing. But in this program, you'll learn about what we call acoustic modes, which helps you to make sense of vocal resonance and vowel modification in a way that is easy to grasp and understand for the first time. One thing that's unique about this methodology is we've developed what we call training workflow guides. Now, training workflows are just learning to do the training and learn the techniques with step-by-step instructions, sequential steps to learn a process. We've developed a troubleshoot table, which will allow you to quickly reference and look up your vocal challenge and problem, and then look for a solution that's already been figured out for that particular problem. It could be onsets, vowels, or an integrated training routine. The table will save you time. And step-by-step instructions that show you how to build your own customized vocal training routines to fix your own issues. We call them integrated training routines, or ITRs. And lifetime access to this course. Once you get in, it's yours to use forever.